You guys want to see something pretty cool? This radiator. Autobahn AutoWorks is working on giving us a one-size-fits-all option. And he has sent this to me to help him get it dialed in. I think we're gonna make a few changes, so this is not at all the final product, but I wanted to show you guys in the meantime a new budget-friendly, swap-friendly radiator. Who's there? Connecting rod. That's good. Now, there's two things going on with it worth talking about now. The main thing is that it is going to tuck up underneath the rad support. We're gonna mock it up on the orange car in a minute and show you. You can put your fan switch either there or there. You've got a port both on the bottom side here and top side on this corner. So you can flip it and run it either which way. Now, we were gonna get this hooked up in this car today, and then it dawned on me that I do not have brackets for the reservoir bottle. Now, I'm not sure if mine were taken off or if some cars just don't come with them. I've never paid attention to it until now. We will eventually permanently put it in this car, but we have another car that we will get this in and actually testing its cooling abilities. I'm not too worried about that. Travis isn't worried about it. Obviously, we'll have to check and make sure the welder didn't miss any spots and it's not going to leak. Make sure it holds the pressure. Obviously, those are things we want to check. But the main focus and main reason that Travis sent me this was to figure out fitment. His original goal and hopes were to utilize the stock fan and fan shroud. So you can see he's got the holes here for that. But the only problem is I don't know what measurements he was going off of or what shroud he might have been going off of. This is too narrow. The factory fan shroud, at least all three of the ones that I have, are wider than this. So they won't work on this. If you want this to tuck under the rad support, those shrouds are not going to work. So he has also sent me a fan and a relay. I know that we can make this one work. We can make our own shroud and make this work. We're gonna put this radiator to use. We're obviously gonna help test it out and make sure that this one's good, but I personally can use this. What you guys end up buying or seeing as the final product might be a bit different from this, but the overall goals are gonna remain the same. Something that can be tucked under the radiator, flipped in any which orientation that you'll need, and the best part of it all is the price. If you're gonna run your fan switch there, you're gonna have this other hole plugged up here. If you're not gonna flip it and utilize that for the expansion tank return, then you're gonna have to cap that like you would see here. The whole point is to be budget friendly and cover many different scenarios. So that being said, yes, it does utilize a reservoir. It's not a top fill like you see here or what you saw on the silver car. Yes, there are ways to make this work without an expansion tank, but chances are if you are finding yourself in that scenario, you know what you need to do to still get use out of this. So here's what you're looking at if you're using it in the stock location. You can see where the factory radiator used to sit here and there. And there's a second set of holes on the inner side. If that's the case for all rabbits, then it should not require any modification because these holes do seem to line up with the inner set of holes here. I'm not sure if Travis is going to want to just make the radiator wider or what his solution is going to be. But if you're talking about stock location, got plenty of room for activities. Now with this core in particular, without cutting, bending, modifying the core support in any way, that's about how much it'll tuck under. I think it's going to have to be an inch shorter no matter what, because once you figure out whatever your mounting point is going to be on the bottom side here, if you're going to utilize the factory posts, you're going to need it to be about an inch shorter to still manage to clear this, because just sitting flat on its own, which is not how you're going to want to actually have it when you're driving the car, it's probably going to sit about half an inch higher, even if you just put like rubber feet on the bottom to keep it from rubbing metal on metal. This one we can make work, and we can tuck this under. We could trim back those two support bars a bit and get it to tuck up a bit if we needed to. Personally, I don't think I'm going to have to. Let me know what you guys think. It's a bit early to be showing you guys this, considering we're not going to get it mounted up on a car yet, and the overall design might change slightly, but it is worth sharing with you guys that this is in the works. Go check out Autobahn Autoworks' website. He's got some hose kits on there for Mark 1s. He had some hardware kits on there previously. I don't know if they're still up, but...
Do you know what changed you